Hello and welcome to Tank and AFV News. Today we are doing a little video book review. We've got Jagdpanther Tank Destroyer, German Army and Waffen-SS, Western Europe, 1944 to 45. This one's by Dennis Oliver. It is part of the Tankcraft series. In fact, it's number 8 in the series. I think this is the latest one, latest entry, and this series is by Pen and Sword. These books all follow a pattern, so if you've watched some of the other reviews that I've done, because they sent me several different copies of this series, it's going to follow the same pattern. But if not, let's dive right into it. So right here on the inside cover they start, so no wasted space, which is good. Goes into a little history of the Jagdpanther. Now this one is a little different than the other books in that it's done sort of in this chronological style, so lots of dates and events, which kind of works for this because unlike the other vehicles they cover so far in the series, the Jagdpanther was a very limited production vehicle, so it really comes down to the history of just a couple of units that were equipped with these things. So they can get much more specific in terms of the history. You can't really do that if you're doing a book on the M4 Sherman, obviously, because there's 50,000 of the things made. So, as is normal in this series, the first 16 pages or so are on the history, and like I said, again, this one's a little different because they actually give you a unit breakdowns in organizations, because it's really just Abteilung 559 and 519 that are equipped with these vehicles in the tail end of World War II. Lots of black and white photos. Some of these I'm sure you'll have recognized before. I mean, there's only so many photos of these vehicles that are out there. And then on page 17, which is, as per the series, this gets into the color illustrations. So giving examples of markings and camouflage patterns and colors for these vehicles. So if you're putting together a kit and you want some ideas on how to paint it and how to decal it, this could be a very useful source because it gives quite a few examples. Actually, it seems a little less than some of the other books, but probably because there are so few of these vehicles and they served for a shorter period of time, there probably wasn't quite the variety compared to some of the others. Then it gets into examples of the actual kits themselves. So I'll just sort of leaf through here real quick, just to give you an idea. So some of these kits they're pretty impressive builds, I have to say. And then it gets into reviews of some of the well-known kits that are out there. This one now goes into a little more example, more so than some of the others, of some of these add-on pieces. So some of these metal parts that people make in barrels and whatnot to give a little extra touch to the basic plastic kits. There's an example of some metal tracks that are available. Then it gets back into the combat history. So several pages of that. So if you're interested in the combat history of these vehicles or the battalions that were equipped with them, this gives a nice summary. And that pretty much finishes the book. So that's it. Again, retails for $22.95 in the United States. You can get it for cheaper online probably. And it is, like I say, a nice book if you're looking for a resource. If you're building a kit and you want examples of markings and paint schemes, certainly it's a nice example. It might make a nice gift if you're buying a kit for somebody and you want to give them some resource materials to help them along with it. But there's also enough history in these books to make them worthwhile, also just for the people that are interested in the history of the vehicle itself. So all in all, a pretty nice presentation and package. So I think that's really all I have to say on this. I have to say, as a series, I think they're rather nice, attractive volumes, and I would give them my thumbs up. So thank you much, and we will catch you on the next one.